Well, I want to keep it short and sweet. So, cool. So we talked about sort of the role that bots play in changing a company's culture or having an influence in a company's culture. And one of the main points we talked about is that the bot is a guest within your organization, within your Slack channel, for instance, and it has to adapt to the context of which it's in. So, for instance, some teams have a very jovial tone, like jokes, will be very casual with each other, whereas some channels, some teams prefer a very serious working environment and will leave the joke somewhere else. And it's very helpful for a bot to be aware of that context and understand where it is. It's obviously a very difficult problem to solve, but would make people feel a lot more comfortable with having that bot in their space if it knew how to behave. And together with that is because it's a guest and because it's coming into your space, it needs to build trust. And there's many ways of doing that. Mixing fun with serious is important. Giving people a way that they can interact with the bot in a safe and secure way before giving it serious tasks to do with actual valuable information is very helpful. So I can trust this thing and I know what it's going to do and how it's going to interact with me. And then the other side of it is culture is very different between big organizations, small organizations, and bots serve a different purpose. When coming into a small organization, they generally don't have to conform to the culture because there isn't one. It's very fluid and mixed. Whereas with a larger, more structured organization, there's generally a long-serving culture that exists, and the bot needs to conform to that and understand that culture. And that's just something that bot builders have to be aware of. So everyone in this room has to think about, okay, what is the kind of organization that this bot's going to be used within? How do people, how can I give them different ways of interacting with it so they can figure out what works best for them? And then how can I give them opportunities to customize the way that it behaves? So how can I give it ways of changing the content, the way that it responds, so that people can tweak it and give it, make it feel like their own and make it feel like it belongs in their organization. And then finally, bots play a very important role as record keepers, and that's very important for the culture of an organization. Again, you're inviting them into your company, you're telling them things, you need them to remember that, make that accessible, and make it available for new people coming into the company so that they can pick up and understand the context of the company they're joining.